Good day everyone, this is Alvin again from the Philippines and welcome to my pre-arrival leaderboard for Mr. Supranational 2023. Welcome! So in 2 days, the competition will officially start for Mr. Supranational. So after watching their performances at the Super Chat and also considering other factors, I will be revealing to you and talking to you about my top 15 and also calling out those who made it in my rank 16th to 20th. So completing my top 20 pre-arrival favorites. Of course, it could still change once they all arrive in Poland, but as of the moment, here's my list. Starting with my number 20, Canada, Luis Porteles. Number 19, Philippines, Johannes Risler. Number 18, Cameroon, Daniel Mbuda. Number 17, Argentina, Juliano Fesha. And number 16, Cuba, Richard Acosta. Now here are my current top 15. Starting with my number 15, Peru, Stefano Bermellon. I am not completely convinced yet by his overall styling because I still think there is potential, but we're not quite there yet. So hopefully they'll surprise us during arrivals. However, he was amazing during the Super Chat. He spoke Spanish, but the way he speaks with eloquence, command, and confidence was surely commendable. Another one that I am keeping my eye on. Number 14 goes to the United States, Daniel Zemeda, the best performer at the Super Chat, period. I haven't seen much of him prior to that, so I was completely stunned and amazed because his responses were incredibly strong. I think he might be one of the silent threats of this batch. Number 13 goes to Korea, Lee Young-woo. He is definitely going to make waves on the runway performances like they do always. I also appreciate that I also appreciate the fact that he was okay during the Super Chat. He could be better, but I think what he showed us during that round of the competition was very decent. So I can obviously see him in the top 20 and possibly go as far as top 10 too. Number 12 goes to France, Quentin Bourg-Ostroy. France is just so likable and extremely adorable. I love him during the Super Chat, but competition-wise, I want him to push for more, and I am excited to see that once they all arrive because I know he's got it in him. He is a very charming man, and I can't wait for him to use his charm once again, especially when he's on stage. Number 11 goes to Indonesia, Adib Dwi Tama. He dropped some few notches on my list, but I still loved him. However, I just felt that others are raising the level of competition as well. Indonesia is still very prepared in terms of physical aspect. He's actually got an impressive resume, and the only thing I wanted him to work on is his interviews. I mean, he's actually good at public speaking. He is an eloquent speaker. He just needs to be direct when he makes his point and when he answered his question, because he's got the tendency to beat around the bush that tends to prolonging his answer. But I see that strength in him when it comes to interviews. I have heard him in interviews before. He's great, he's amazing. He just needs to, as what I've said, go direct to the point. Number 10 goes to India, Raj Sunil Singh, one of my favorites at the Super Chat as well. He is just so good, and this is the reason why India is a solid contender at Mr. Supranational. What an incredible speaker, and he also looked adorable. All the organization needs to do is to prepare him and style him, and something that really makes him look like a contender for the win, because he's really got the potential to do very well. Number 9 goes to Spain, Ivan Alvarez. I am sure that Spain will be floating somewhere in the top 10 or might even go as far as top 5. They have been consistently doing well at this pageant, and Ivan this year has proved that when it comes to body and beauty. I think Ivan is more eloquent in terms of public speaking compared to his predecessors, so I am hopeful that he will do well. this year. Number 8 goes to the Czech Republic, 𝐏𝐑𝐄-𝐑𝐈𝐒𝐄. I think he gave a very solid performance at Super Chat, and I am thankful that he did, because he only proves that he is coming in as one of the strong competitors for this batch. He doesn't give much update about his preparation and his social media, but I am positive that he'll be one of the good ones this year. Number 7 goes to Belgium, Ben Steyert. I love him very, very much. He was incredibly charming during the Super Chat. He's incredibly handsome and a well-spoken candidate as well. I'm hoping he delivers, because if he managed to go as far as top 5, he might even pull a win. He's just my sentimental favorite this year. I was just amazed. I was smiling. I was charmed by him while watching him at Super Chat, because he's just so good, he's so likable, he's so natural. Oh my gosh. For now, the Supranational, Mr. Supranational that we deserve. I really, really like him a lot. Number 6 goes to Mexico, Luis Carlos Garcia. I can see the reason why he is being favored. His body looked amazing, he looked handsome, and I think his interviews are quite decent as well. I'm just hoping he could make his speech and responses stronger, because there's a lot of great speakers in this batch. Nevertheless, one of the candidates this year with a very, very high possibility of making the top 5. Now here are my current top 5 pre-arrival favorites, starting with my number 5, Ecuador, Bruno Barbieri, one of my sentimental favorites this year. I have no idea how he performs on stage, but if he could nail that, then he would be going all the way to the top 5 or even for the win. For his interviews, he speaks English fluently, which is an advantage, but I was actually expecting a bit more from him, so hopefully the Super Chat warmed him up for the competition. Number 4, Thailand, Nathanon Narathanyawiron. If we just purely based it on the physical aspect, he is definitely one of the best looking, one of the most stylish and well prepared candidate this year. His charm on stage is irresistible. I mean, he knows what he needs to do when he's on stage. So assuming he enters the top 5, I really think that he would need to continuously work on his interview in order to get that win, because I felt like if he will be standing against strong speakers in the top 5, it could be a threat to his win. But I have heard his answers when he speaks Thai with the right translation, and he's very good. So if he makes it in the top 5, I would really appreciate if he decides to speak in his native language, because I felt like he could express himself better that way. And if he do that, then he might actually pull a chance for the win. So let me just say that even if I wanted him to work on his interviews, based on what I've heard so far, I really think he improved a lot on it too. Number 3, South Africa, Tylo Ribeiro, a well-rounded candidate. He is definitely living up to his frontrunner status. Aside from that, I have seen how he completely transformed into now that really makes him look like a serious contender for the title. Another candidate that is incredible in terms of public speaking with an impressive resume as well. This one is going to be a sure threat if he makes top 5, because we know his public speaking. He's really, really good. Number 2, Brazil, Henrique Martins. I am just blown away by Brazil. His victory at the Nationals surprised me in a way, but the more I see him, the more I am convinced why he took home the title and is here representing his country. He has improved so much when it comes to styling, and I really like him very, very, very much at Super Chat. He sounded confident, natural, and smart too. He speaks English fluently, and what I love about him is that his answers are very natural and well thought of. So that makes him a solid contender on the interviews as well. Plus, being an Olympic player is a great resume to have. But as of the moment, my current number 1 for my pre-arrival leaderboard for Mr. Supranational 2023 is Malaysia. Daniel Hansen, he is my top choice as of the moment. A very strong contender in terms of the physical beauty, body, overall packaging, and in terms of public speaking. Also, let me just continue by saying that I was super impressed by his performance at Super Chat, and it solidified his status even more as a current frontrunner for the title. Prior to Super Chat, I haven't watched any interviews of him, so I don't have that much expectation. But when he responded to the question, I was wowed. Malaysia did chose the right contender for Mr. Supranational this year, and I am just beyond impressed. So hopefully he would deliver and maintain that even during the competition. So that's it. This is my pre-arrival leaderboard for Mr. Supranational 2023, and I'm looking forward to know your thoughts, your favorites, and whether your favorite is in the list or not, or whether you want to make some changes in the ranking. So let's talk about them in the comment section. So don't forget to leave your comments below. Don't forget to give a thumbs up and share the video as well. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe, because you'll be seeing more of these videos in the future. For now, thank you very much and have a wonderful day from the Philippines.